Our final map in the European Grand Finals of Overwatch Contenders Season 1 is Ilios. We are going to start off here. I was going to say we're going to start off on Lighthouse, but it doesn't look like it's the case, as now we're looking at Well. Well. We'll see if Misfits can bring this back, win this tournament. Misfits, of course, a favorite team from the past. And the favorite to win here because of Giganti not having their main tank in this. We are starting off on Well. No Roadhogs here from either side, but we do have Misfits running with a Pharah. And as we saw in Oasis at the beginning of this series, if you can just ignore the Pharah and win that ground war, you can win the battles here. Tavik, they're punishing himself twice as he shoots a rocket into the windmill there. Some humorous plays there. No picks yet from either side. Giganti has created their own space here on the point, and they've started to get some progress here on the point. And no kills yet on either side. Giganti is going to grab it first. Misfits just not pushing onto the point, not contesting. They want to win this steadily. Fraggy does kill himself somehow. Not sure exactly how Winston does that, unless if he jumps off the point. But a Transcendence from Shaz will keep his team alive. Never mind, his team is dead. As multiple members of Giganti start to fall. You see they're stalling out the point here, but Misfits should be able to grab control of the point as they do so. And only 20% of that point going on the side of Giganti. Misfits here now starting to gain that, and will quickly have built up to that level and beyond. Misfits will have all 6 of their ultimates ready to go for this next fight. Let's see which ones they use to stop the push of Giganti. We start off here with a rocket barrage, taking down 2 of Giganti. That should effectively stop this push and save them from having to use any more. But as I say that, they still used 4 of their 6 ultimates. They had already won that fight, and they really didn't need to. Tavik taking out Fraggy and Shaz would have been enough. And that may hurt them now as Giganti is rolling in with ultimates of their own. That was a bad play from Misfits. They should have held on to more of those ultimates. But Zappe does still have a Transcendence. He's going to pop it now to save himself more than anything. It was a reactionary ultimate that isn't really keeping his team alive as Zebusai goes down, and Tavik is going to follow up by getting a midair Dragon Slash, Blade Slash onto Tavik there, and Giganti is just going to roll in and should shortly take control of this point. Linkser just popping off, taking down several members of Misfits, and cleaning up a few at the end there. Giganti now has control of the point with 45%. Like I said, it was because Misfits used too many of their ultimates when they didn't need to. And Giganti was able to come back strong, force out that Transcendence, and then clean up the members of Misfits that weren't using the Transcendence. Giganti holding this point. Now, Zappis has been demeched, but Shaz has followed up with a Transcendence. The teammates of Misfits are falling now. 4 members of Misfits down. Giganti is going to be able to hold off this point. And with a very late kill there onto Zappe, they've bought themselves some time to continue to gain some of this point. Now at 88%. Misfits is going to have to come in very shortly and win out in order to take this point back. They start off by taking down Linkser and demecking Zappis. Big Goose still here on the point. And the teammates of Gigante are falling left and right as Misfits takes them out one by one. You saw some great focus there from Misfits, choosing their targets and taking them out one by one. Misfits now with 2 ultimates, 3 by the time this fight starts, which gives Gigante time for maybe 2 pushes, probably 1 very long extended push. Tavik tries to go in with a rocket barrage, but gets nothing. That defense matrix from Zappis just shuts it down. But it doesn't matter, as Misfits are cleaning up. Gigante, Linkser in the back line, taking out people with that Dragon Blade. Finally, D-Mex Manitin. And like I said before, if you're able to ignore the Pharah, win the ground war, you can kill Pharah on the end. And with that strategy, Gigante was able to win that first point. Now they only have 1 more to go. Just 1 more. And they are the winners of our tournament. Let's see if Misfits can bring this back by winning the next 2 maps. Or if Gigante will solidify themselves as our Season 1 champions. Just win, baby. That's all they got to do. Just win. We are on Lighthouse now for possibly our last map of this series. Gigante rolling with that McCree, possibly to take down Tavik. They're expecting that Pharah and want to stop it before it starts. And as the gates open, we roll out now with Team Gigante. 1 map away from winning. Fight is going to break out. Like I said, Linkser switch over that McCree to shut Tavik down, and he does so successfully. Swoosh also down from Davin, and Gigante is going to push forward and say, no, go back to your spawn. This point is ours. As they step on that point to start off this map in the lead. Logic's here, taken down very late. Or very early, depending on whether this is still the first fight or the second. Fraggy responds. Zebusai responds, excuse me, by taking down Linkser. And now we have a fight here. Skirmish here in 2 places. On the point and towards Misfits spawn. And it looks like, in both cases, Gigante are going to win those fights. Manitin with a late death will have to stay back and regroup with his team. Gigante will have 3, 4, 5 ultimates in the middle of this fight. Davin starts out with a pulse bomb, but it's eaten by a defense matrix. Misfits will have a pulse bomb and a self-destruct of their own. Looks like they sent out that self-destruct to get somebody, but it doesn't. Linkser takes down Tavik, and with their main DPS down, Misfits is going to have a hard time pushing in to take this point back. And what you're seeing here is possibly the end of this series, as Gigante is just steadily shutting down Misfits on every push. Gigante has 4 ultimates. And Linkser has just been able to shut down the DPS from Misfits and keep them from getting onto this point. He uses a Deadeye but gets no one as Zeppu keeps his team alive. Zebusai follows up with a sound barrier to try to continue this push. And so far, we're trading off 1-4-1. Both Primal Rages out to push each other off. But a great pulse bomb from Davin shuts down Tavik. And the members of Misfits are dying once again. Manitin demeched. Logic's killed. And this is gonna be it. If Misfits can't bring this back, it is over. As overtime clocks down, and there you have it. Gigante was able to shut down Misfits and become Contenders Season 1 champions. Congratulations to Team Gigante. They were certainly the unexpected winners here of Season 1, and they did a stellar job shutting down Misfits here in the end. Incredible plays by Gigante to win this series and this tournament. It was hard fought, but they were able to do so. This is Danny Allenson signing off as Gigante takes a hold of their trophy.